My wife.
Hey, this is Rob Anspach, and welcome to another edition of eHeroes. Now, for all you guys who have ever wondered where you guys get the awards and the shiny stuff that you give to your employees and your customers, I brought on an expert. His name is Allan Gaskamp, and this is going to be one of those interesting interviews because neither one of us have any idea what questions we're going to get asked or answered, but I did make an award for Allan because, he was, he's in Texas and they just had this freeze and iced all the roads and so this is my award. I can't see it because my printer is a little wacky, but it says you made it on the podcast award.
Whoa! I
So
think I'm the
that's
only one that got that, right?
you're
Especially
the only
today.
one.
Well, thanks, Rob, for inviting me on here. And it's going to be a ride. And hopefully we don't slip too much on the roads while we go down this interview.
So why awards? I mean, I see them all the time, and then it used to be the little metal ones, and then they turned to plastic, and now they're crystal, and I mean, but you do more than just awards. You do hats and shirts and all kinds of great promotionals.
Right. Now, we do. Hang on a second. I think I'm going to have to mute my phone here. Just a second.
Yeah, you don't want anybody calling you while we're on this podcast.
I know. It's just rude, isn't it? Don't want to make money. No. Awards are. Well, look at the screen here. What do we see right now? You see, Rob, your name is down there in the caption. My name is on the caption. Your name is on the back of your bookshelf. You like to hear your name. You like to be recognized. You
I
like
have an ego, yes.
yes,
Need to
and
be
that's
stoked.
and you feel like you need to be stroked, if you will.
Mhm.
And so awards do that. I don't lean towards the participation awards as much as I like the individual, hey, you did a good job award.
Mhm.
The crystal awards, that's just a higher quality. The plastic awards, that's for more your budget. What do you want to do with your budget? We do a lot of sports things where they do medals for the team, and then they'll have a big team trophy that somebody gets to take home, whatever. But it's about personal recognition. It's about being uh, valued as an employee. If your corporation has a year-end party, I'd rather have the $30 that it costs to have this rubber chicken. Well, not really. You like to put that thing up on your wall too, don't you? So it's all about a balance of how you acknowledge people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When I was growing up, my dad worked for a big company and he spent, most of his life there. But every couple of years he'd come back and he'd say, hey, look, I got a watch or I got, this or this. And I thought, now that is really cool. Where companies honor their employees for the length of time that they've been there. And I see stuff like that being posted on LinkedIn from Disney and some of these other great companies. And they're just recognizing that employee loyalty, but it doesn't always have to be, expensive clocks
Right.
and watches and stuff. And it could be, hey, here's a shiny sticker, put it on your forehead. Thanks for, being here today.
Your gold star for the day. Or in my case, my crappy printed out certificate you gave me. I expect that in the mail, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to frame it and put it on the wall.
I'll sign it.
Definitely.
But, I had to turn it around just so that you could see it, but
Oh, okay. It's pretty, yes.
It's very pretty, but my printer should have gotten it better quality. I think I'm running out of ink, but at least you got something.
That's great. And what's neat about that is it becomes a story. Additionally, when you look at I'm just using your bookshelf. I have mine all blurred out because it's all stock and ugly stuff. Like I think this is a bag of donuts right here. Right here is a bag of donuts.
And that's going to one of his employees who didn't show up today.
It's going to me. I'm sorry. He didn't show up today. He doesn't get donuts,
Bag of stale donuts.
So, but I was going to point out on your wall there behind you, your bookcase up behind you, I see some things. They become a story. Right. If I pointed out that picture at the top, go ahead and turn around and look at it, unless you know it, unless you can see it. That picture there right in front of the glass curved on the top shelf, I think it is, maybe the second down. Is that a picture of somebody? It looks like a Polaroid picture. Am I not seeing
Yeah,
it?
yeah, the little one,
Yeah, yeah,
right
right
there.
there. Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes, right there.
That is me and my wife. I think we were at some event, and they took pictures of us.
So what does that happen? What happens there? That's an award. That's a recognition. It does, like you said, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it becomes a story.
Hmm.
And you look at that and you have a warm memory of that event. At least you recognize your wife in that event. That's a good thing. So these
Hmm.
awards that we have, I sell them, yes, but we collect things.
Hmm.
We collect things because that's our nature. We like to have things around us that make us feel good, to remind us of good times. Currently, I collect Dr. Pepper memorabilia, which
I
is,
drink Dr. Pepper, so there we go.
well,
We
the
have something
shirt
in
I'm wearing,
common.
I'm not going to show you, is a Dr. Pepper t-shirt. I do this. I have a Facebook group that I uh, manage, admin for collectors of Dr. Pepper advertising stuff.
Hmm.
The oldest piece I think I have in my collection goes back to like 1930, and it's
Wow.
a brass concrete bus stop marker that they used back then, and there are very few of them around because they pulled all the brass up
Hmm.
during the war, and was making casings and stuff like that. So those are things that I collect. It makes me feel good to look on them, and that's what you collect, is things that make you feel good.
Hmm.
So when you get an award, it should invoke a feeling of, one, completion, accomplishment, uh, and unity with that organization that gave you the award.
Right.
So that's what we try to do. And our little tagline in our business is celebrating life's achievements.
Nice.
And so we try to help people make their events successful,
Now,
whatever it takes, kind of thing. Yes.
I've seen some trophies from back in the '70s, and these are huge things with marble and I mean they weigh like 100 pounds.
Right.
Now the same ones today weigh like 2 pounds, and you got 2-year-olds lifting them up on their finger, and I'm like, okay, why the change?
Cost.
Cost?
Yeah, just like everything else, it became less expensive to do it somewhere else and out of a product that is more readily available and less skilled to get. Because with a marble that's a hand carved piece,
Hmm.
that's expensive. You got to pay the artist. Plus, shipping of that marble can be expensive. The other items are petroleum based plastic or acrylics,
Hmm.
and those are, you know, made over in overseas, and they are a dime a dozen, if you will.
Right.
Not really a dime, but you know what I mean. They're very inexpensive. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at a tub, and I'm going to just grab one of these. This is a plaque mount. I know it's actually a trophy topper. Pull it apart here just to show you. This is a motocross item, four-wheeler. Can you see it there? There
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Hmm.
Put it in front of my face so you can see it, because I got that thing blurred. So this is actually got a little screw part here that you just put on top of the trophy, and those are the column trophies, the old traditional trophies.
Hmm.
A lot of people aren't. They've gone away from the traditional trophies. They've gone to the acrylic awards and such as that. The glass, crystal. It really comes down to cost and budget,
Hmm.
because when you're doing 100 awards and it costs you $10, that's $1,000.
Right.
Is that right? My math is right. But if you're doing 100 awards and they're $120 a piece,
Hmm.
you're now 10 times
Right.
what your budget is. So if your business can afford that, I'd go that direction. But you also have to look at the bottom line. It comes down to evaluation of the employee as well as the evaluation of the award.
Right.
Because, like you say, some people get them and they throw them away.
Hmm.
Other people put them up on their wall and say, "This is my me wall." It is. It is what it is. Plaques are another item, and a lot of people like to hang plaques on their wall that show that they've been at a company for 25 years. Those are getting rarer and rarer because people change jobs so much. But
Yep. Every week you get a new plaque.
new employee of the week.
So
But it go ahead.
what's the most common award? I mean, what's the one that you sell the most?
An appreciation award, usually a speaker or a employee who's done a job, uh, or a donor to an organization. Those are the ones that we usually get, is in appreciation of something. So we'll do crystal for some businesses or some nonprofits, and some ministries like to be a little more frugal, so they'll do a cherry wood plaque, and so that has a hanging item that can be hung on the wall. It's made with a cherry wood veneer, and then a metal plate that we laser engrave.
Right.
So plaques are a big part of that. We just finished a big job in the shape of Texas, plaques in the shape of Texas for a Texas organization. They're having their convention this week down in Waco, where Dr. Pepper is from. Just saying, just saying. And I don't like Dr. Pepper, by the way. I just
No,
want you
I
to,
didn't think so.
yeah, it tastes like, I don't know. It's got 23 flavors. I can't decide what it is. But they're having their convention down there, and they came into us, and we did about 40 plaques in the shape of Texas for them, for their organization. So they have this organization's a education organization through one of the through an I don't know what it is. I can't remember. But they do plaques for that convention with the students, doctoral level and master level, and then they get the awards for at the convention. And it was a fun project. So I'm sorry.
So
Go ahead.
what got you involved in this whole award industry?
How how did I get involved in it?
Yeah, because it wasn't
Well,
from Dr. Pepper, I can tell you that much.
well, I've always been interested in marketing and items that help people market. So I started in the promotional market
Hmm.
with the pens and the notepads and the calendars and the coffee cups and the t-shirts and the things like that for marketing people, business cards. And I kind of fell backwards into the trophy business.
Mhm.
It's kind of a natural partner to promotional products because you're dealing with corporate clients. So getting into the trophy business, we went kind of slow, and we were working out of our garage. And then we bought a business and we expanded, and now we have a full service laser, full service drag engrave, which is the old style of engraving. Uh, you might envision a guy sitting there with a pen and he's writing his name in metal. This is similar. It's still computer driven, so it's still CAD. It's it's a computer assisted device, and so we're not sitting there. We're letting the machine do the work. And then we have a full size, a full automatic silk screen. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to use the word silk anymore because it's not silk. We have a full size screening machine that we can do
But
shirts and things
everybody
like.
called it silk screening for like 30 years.
Well, what happened is they again cost.
Mhm.
Silk, you have to pay those worms so much money to get their silk. So we changed it to polyester.
Mhm.
And so now we have a polyester screen. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well. Polyester screening, silk screening, sorry. We have our silk screen side, and we just finished a job for a basketball league, their 50th anniversary, and they're wanting some commemorative shirts. You're wearing what? What are you wearing? You're wearing a army
Army.
shirt.
Mhm.
Okay. Americans are the weirdest culture. We will pay money to advertise a business.
Mhm.
I mean, how many people do you see wearing a shirt that says Nike or Adidas or Skechers for shoes? You can buy shoes, but you're still wearing a shirt that
Mhm.
says that. We are the weirdest culture by that way. And if you travel overseas like you and I have, you don't see that
Mhm.
as much. And if you do see it, you go up there and say hello to them in English because they're American.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was over in Germany, and you could always pinpoint the Americans because they always had some logo stuff on.
Exactly. And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying send me your business. I will
Right.
put you a logoed shirt together for you. I will not do you a Nike shirt though,
Yeah,
because
trademark.
that's copyrighted,
Right.
trademarked, and that's they kind of write little letters that are called cease and desist, and I don't like getting those. Never have gotten
And
one.
you
I
send them
just
an award back.
what what you saying?
And you send them an award back. Thanks for
Exactly. Exactly.
sending me this cease and desist.
First, you're my first cease and desist. That's awesome. That's awesome. I
Yeah,
do
send
have
me.
I did have a friend who got sued. I got a cease and desist from Time Warner.
Yeah, I mean, we can go on a whole tangent of cease and desist letters. I've had to issue them for people who copyrighted certain aspects of websites that we designed.
Right.
Um, and
I wish we could cease
sometimes,
and desist some of these telemarketers, but then you would
yeah,
be out of
I'd
business.
be out of business. But yeah, you know, it's there's always loopholes, and they always find them. And it, I don't like it, but I'm not
Well,
gonna.
if you don't protect what your intellectual property is, you'll be like Xerox
Yeah,
or Kleenex. I mean, they still are a known entity, but when you got to go blow your nose, what do you say? Hey, can you
yeah,
go get me a tissue? No. You go say, hey, can you get me some toilet paper?
right.
Maybe.
But
I say,
that
give me a Kleenex. Give
for
me a
for
Kleenex.
for most small businesses, though, the cost of defending their trademark is sometimes more expensive than they budgeted, so they don't do it.
It's amazing, but we're off on a totally unintelligible or intelligent tangent that I shouldn't even say anything about. But it is amazing how a simple letter can change the tone of it, though.
Yeah,
And if you work with them, a lot of times they'll say, okay, we'll change this aspect of it if that bothers you.
right.
Most of the time,
But
again, we're
let's continue down this tangent because when it comes to you as a producer of promotionals,
right.
you have to look at copyrights and trademarks and all that. And someone comes to you and say, I want this picture printed, and you have to say ethically, I cannot do this because of this. But if you change it this way, we can do it for you.
Right. Now that comes into again an area that I have not a legal leg to stand on. So if I say something, don't take my word for it. Please. Can we put a little disclaimer on this thing here? Allan knows nothing about this. Yes. I have rejected some things, such as the Dallas Cowboys trademarks.
Mhm.
Now, they cannot trademark the star.
Right.
Back in the 60s, they made a big mistake. They didn't get a logo that they could trademark. But it's so recognizable that it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But let's talk about the Eagles. They have a trademark logo. Or Alabama's A, they have trademarked it, but you can still use the A because it's actually just a font.
Right.
And it becomes a gray area in that area. But the sports teams, I've definitely turned people away. Oh, I want to have a Philadelphia Eagle. Is it Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not the Dallas Cowboys, I don't care. Or Dr. Pepper. But Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, that's another thing. I can't create a Dr. Pepper shirt that uses the Dr. Pepper trademarks.
Wow.
I can do a Dr. Pepper shirt that says Dr. Pepper, but it cannot look like the Dr. Pepper logo.
Mm.
You'll see these on Facebook.
Yeah.
You'll see people selling stuff on Facebook. They're shut down if they're seen because they're not selling them. It becomes an intellectual property thing.
Yeah, and, and
I
they and they pop up 2 seconds later with a different name selling the same stuff, and it's like
exactly,
it's playing legal whack-a-mole.
exactly. It is a sign of our ability to do print on demand.
Yeah.
You know, years ago it wasn't so easy to go get a book published. I could take your book. Let me see, where is it? I could take this book right here, What is it? Can you see it?
Yeah,
There
it's
it is.
called
It's called
Blurring.
No Experience Necessary. Okay, I think it's written by Lori, and Rob got his name on
Yeah, no, I wrote it and put her name on
there.
it. Sorry, Lori.
But I could take some stuff out of this, direct quote it, and put out a book of my own.
Yeah.
And by the time you find out that I've stolen your material, I'm off on to, oh, let's see here. This one here by Jill Young, The Courage Advantage.
Hmm.
I'm now stealing from there. Now,
Yeah.
stealing and reworking is two different words.
Hmm.
Stealing is taking what you did and put my name on it. Reworking it is taking what you did, I digest, and I regurgitate it out.
Yeah.
Like that word? Because if I digest it and I put it into my life, I don't know where it came from.
Hmm.
But if I do find out that, hey, Rob said this in this book, I need to go back and put in an attribution to that.
Right.
So we're off on another tangent. I apologize.
No, 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 don't apologize. I should just name this the Don't Apologize podcast because
Well,
it's always
that are the rabbit trail with Al. You know,
the Dr. Pepper Dallas
Cowboy, Philadelphia
Cowboy,
Eagle.
podcast. No,
Whatever.
but these are the things that we as entrepreneurs think about constantly. Is our product good enough? Is what we're doing, one of those things where people are going to copy us,
Hmm.
and in many times my books have been copied, my marketing has been copied, everything I've done has been copied, and I just continue to put out new stuff. And for you in the promotional field, it's always trying to reinvent something that hey, I know you're going to need these awards, but instead of going with the 1970s motif, let's modernizing a little bit and give everybody a Dr. Pepper watch or
Right.
something.
Right. Well, that brings up an interesting thing because you had talked about the old Marvel 2-ton awards, and now we're getting into this other. I'm seeing even some of these people are coming back saying we want to go back to what we had as kids, which were the 2-column, 3-column trophies
Yeah.
instead of the acrylics and things
Mhm.
like that. We've gotten the acrylics, we've done the acrylics. Let's do this now, and so there's always a change.
Mhm.
And your material as a marketer, there's nothing new.
Right.
You're not coming up with anything new.
He's hurting
You're,
my feelings now.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said you're hurting my feelings now. Nothing
Well,
I
I'm
do.
I'm going to redeem it. I'm going to redeem it because if you go back far enough, Earl Nightingale,
Right.
Zig Ziglar, Dan Kennedy, those giants of the industry. I can't think of his name. Skinner.
Mhm.
Those were the ones that they kind of set the stage and codified what is marketing.
Mhm.
And you're taking what the foundation they laid, and you're bringing it into a new and fresh way of doing things.
Right.
Your approach might be a little more in your face. Do I say sarcastic?
Yeah, I've
You
never heard
know,
that word before.
I don't think I be careful saying it to you because I don't want to hurt your feelings. That sarcastic approach, sometimes it resonates with other people. So it's all about who your audience is.
Right.
And the same thing with the awards. And one of the first questions I ask when somebody comes in, well, I'm looking to do this. And I say, okay, what are we wanting to do? What is your objective? Where are we going with this award? And I don't care if it's a 6-inch award. I'm asking that same question because I need to get into their brain.
Mhm.
Why did you walk into my store? What prompted you to feel like you needed to validate somebody through an award? So
Mhm.
I'm asking that question. You do the same thing when you write a book. What prompted me to write this book? What am I trying to say?
Right.
Where do I see a need in somebody's life to be berated over the head? Okay, I can write a book about that. So that's the process we go through. We have to ask the question. And well, just you and I with this interview, where are we going to go with this thing?
Hmm.
We don't know. We're going to
No,
find something. We're going to find something to talk about.
yeah, and sometimes the best non-scripted conversations are the best. You know,
Oh, I've got a script. I'm reading. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I didn't.
blew it all out. No, it's revealed now.
I'm
Rob's
sorry.
Rob's podcasts are scripted.
Should I pull back the curtain on my screen and show my donuts?
Not sure anybody wants to see your donuts.
I do.
Not
All right.
unless they're old fashioned.
Oh, dude, now you got it. You got to see it now. Oh, dude. Let's see. There it is.
Crawler.
There you go.
Oh,
Cinnamon old fashioned.
wow.
You want a bite?
No. I'm trying to cut back on cinnamon.
Why? What is wrong with you? I mean, cinnamon is like the spice of life.
So how do people find you? Where do they go? I mean, yeah, sure, they can go to Denton, Texas.
Well, I'm in Bedford, Texas,
Bedford,
actually.
and avoid the ice that only happens once or twice a year.
Well, my website is trophiesmore.com, and that will take you to a website that is geared more to promotional products than trophies. I don't have a trophy site because we do completely custom things. So really, I have to know what you're looking for. There are sites online that you can go out and make stuff, and it'll show you something, but you're not getting the personal attention. I like that. Not getting the personal attention of our staff. And I keep looking down this way. Why do I keep looking down this way? So
Because you're looking at your donut. So
it's behind me.
how do I go about creating a sarcastic trophy?
Oh, well, now see, that's the creative part that comes into and I'm going to ask you this question. What are you wanting to do with that sarcastic award?
Well, what I want to do with it, and legally what I'm not allowed to do with it are two different things.
Bad. Well, I mean, what would you do? Who would you give it to?
Probably myself, because everybody else would get offended with it.
Well, you know, if you wanted to create an award, be it sarcastic or be it a podcast gift,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you would decide the design that you'd want. And we can do a custom design or we can do the inexpensive stock item laser engraved onto. A custom item will cost you more because it's your design. For example, the Heisman Trophy, that is a custom award, or the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah,
That
they're
is
not getting any of those.
well, I'm just saying that's a custom award made out of full silver.
Mm-hmm.
We have similar the Oscar, that gold Oscar. That's a full custom award every time. Somebody sat there and designed that guy. Now I have plastic knockoffs that we can't call Oscar because I wonder why. Intellectual property Oscar? Yes, it is. So I can't call it an Oscar. I have to call it a achievement man or something like that. Achievement man. Sorry.
I think I'm going to have the Rob Trophy. There you go.
We could do that. I mean, there's several things that we could do. You got my juices flowing, thinking of things that you could do it with. You know, when you have somebody that has done a great job with you, you could give them a Rob award and take all their money because it's Rob.
You know, or we could just have one of these made up and it says, "Damn it, you made it on the podcast."
There are people who give out coffee cups for that purpose.
Right.
They send them a coffee cup that says, I was on the blank blankety blank podcast, whatever it is." I was on the blank podcast, you know,
And
so
so,
they have a
you know, these are the things that you as entrepreneurs need to be aware of, because you want to be able to award not only your listeners or your customers or your employees or whomever with brilliant things that they'll remember who you are. Like Allan said, everything tells a story. So what are you doing right now to make that story appear bigger or better, or in my case, funny or sarcastic? so people remember who you are. Go to Allan. He'll help you out.
I can do it. I can do it.
I could do it, especially when you're fueled with cinnamon donuts and
And
Dr.
Dr. Pepper.
Pepper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So,
Rob. Appreciate it.
this is one of those fun podcasts where you learn stuff, you get to laugh, you get to appreciate donuts and Dr. Pepper and Dallas Cowboys if you're a fan. But I don't really watch sports, so I don't care who's playing, honestly. I'd rather just do these podcasts and learn from brilliant people like Allan. So if you're a listener, go to Allan's website, which was
Trophiesmore.com.
there you go. And so this is what makes Allan an e-hero. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Chat with you later.